The Daytona race on Friday night, the Xfinity race, Allgaier pulls out the win. Apparently, Justin said earlier today in the office that he was committed to pushing the 9 car, and when the 9 got taken out, he felt sort of dejected.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought that was a little surprising.
Yeah. And so the one thing that I told Justin when I went to Victory Lane, I had one thing to tell him. And I said, man, into turn 3, the decision not to block the 2 was what won you the race.
Amen. 100%.
So this is, this doesn't work out every single time. Like, look, man, I can tell you how to be good at restrictor plate racing, but that's not going to lessen the 80% chance that you're going to crash.
Right.
Not going to change it. All right. I can tell you the best method to choose and how to run the best race, but yeah, the odds of wrecking don't change for you. The odds of wrecking go up when you block. All right. If you choose not to throw the block on the 2, you live to race the rest of that corner and down the next straightaway to the flag stand, which would be the checkered flag. And that gave him the chance to win the race.
100%. I heart that statement.
If he throws the block, like we see so many times, more than likely he gets turned around and wrecked. Or they get upset enough that someone makes enough of a run to pass them all. So, lesson learned for a lot of drivers out there that are looking at, trying to get better at racing at those tracks, and what is the right decision in those moments on that final lap, or 4 to go, 2 to go. If somebody gets a damn good run on you, it's probably best to keep your ass still, and throwing a block is really not going to change their decision on what they're doing with this run. They're going somewhere with it, and it might be right in the back of your car. They might clip the corner of your car trying to avoid you when you throw this block. One way or another, they're not going to decide not to take the run at the end of the race. So what happens is Allgaier doesn't block. The 2 goes to the outside. Allgaier actually takes the bottom. So, all right, you want to go around the high side. Go around the further way around. And he ends up, the 2 sort of gets a little indecisive or gets a little wobbly there.
Justin says he almost wrecked thinking that Justin was going to block,
right.
And so he was already reacting to a move that Justin did not make.
Perfect. Exactly. And so that slows him down enough that Justin's now in position to side draft a little down the straightaway. The runs didn't come from behind, which I didn't really think about it till after the race, talking to Parker Klingerman. I was like, damn, Parker, I was waiting on your car. You were going to push one of those, or maybe get out there and go 3 wide. I just, in my mind, watching where you were going into 3 and through 3 and 4, I'm like, the 48's going to be in the middle of this. And his car never got going. And he's like, yeah, the 00 was behind me and wouldn't push me, because that's Hertz's teammate. And I was like, shit. So the 00's sitting there. Now, I don't know, Custer, he might have been full damn throttle trying his ass off. But, if Parker's right, then Custer's sitting back there going, yeah, I'm not going to push you, bud. We're just going to cruise on across the finish line here, just all nice and easy. What a hell of a thing, right? You just never know. Just when you think you're in a great position, you're not.
Right.
That was fascinating for me. Racing season is well underway, and it's time to go full throttle. Feel the excitement of every lap like never before with DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and they'll get $150 in bonus bets instantly, no matter what goes down on the track. While we can't personally gamble on the race, the Dirty Mo Doe crew loves to bet on the matchups, and DraftKings offers a lot of them. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now with the code DJD. New customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's code DJD, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. So when, there's a lot happening, a lot of agendas. We talk about it all the time. We talked about it in all our meetings. We talked about it on television. in the pre-race. We talked about it during the race, and it ain't bull. When you go to Daytona for the cutoff, I know that the Xfinity guys have a couple more races, but when you go to Daytona for the cutoff race, there's so many agendas out there. You got drivers that they're just there to win. They ain't got shit else going on for their year. Their year's over for the most part. Then you have people that have to win. Then you have people that are already in the playoffs and probably don't want to, probably aren't going to take all the risks.
You got teammates out there that you might be in, but they're not in, and so you've been given some sort of idea to help somebody if you were in the position to help. And
in this case, in the Xfinity race, you got a guy that knew who he was not going to help before the race even started, right?
Feels that way.
Don't get in front of me. Don't get in front of me because your ass ain't getting pushed by this car, right?
You're right.
Think about that, having to climb in your car before Daytona and go, all right, don't get in front of the 00. Don't get in front of this guy. Don't get in front of any of these cars because they're the ones that have probably been instructed all week long. Do not help this car, right?
Mm.
And so, I'll tell you straight up. I text my guys and I said, hey, we're sitting in some meetings. We're sitting in some meetings with NBC, and Marty Snyder is like, if you want to go to the front, who do you follow? Anybody want to answer that one?
You talking about Xfinity Series?
Yeah.
Who do you want to follow?
Hey, if you want to go to front and have a chance at winning, what car are you going to follow up there?
21.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how you going to get around him when you push him to the lead? His ass ain't going to let you get the lead.
Right.
I'll worry about that when I get there.
That's the problem. So I told my guys, I said, hey, if you want to run second to the 21, help him. If you don't want to run second to him, don't help him. Because he's good enough at Daytona and Talladega and even Atlanta, the hybrid.
Big drafting track.
Yeah. He's good at those tracks, too good to help get to the front. If you give him the lead late in these races, that damn car gets wider and wider and wider, and it's damn near impossible to get around him without him wrecking, you wrecking. And so why put yourself in that situation when you can try your hardest all day long to avoid helping that car, right, and do what you can for yourself otherwise to get to the front? So, yeah, like in a situation like that, I'll text my guys and say, hey, y'all do what y'all want to do, but I would not try to help that 21 get up front because that is going to be the hardest car to beat all race long. You don't want to do anything that's going to help him out.
Maybe this is why Allgaier was talking about feeling a little bit dejected when Brandon Jones fell out. Jones got swiped out, but when you lose your teammates up there and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get to the lead, I mean, that would be a reason.
Yeah.
I guess the part that surprised us is that Allgaier was committed to pushing him. Maybe he was going to commit to pushing him to turn 4 and then try to race it out with him, of course. But
who's him?
Justin. With Brandon Jones,
if
Brandon would have stayed in the race.
No, I think he was going to try to push the 9 to the win
to get him in.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. I promise you, if the 9's leading off of 2 and the 7's on his bumper, the 7 would never try to pass him.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident about that. We haven't talked about it. There were no orders, but I feel pretty good about Justin and having raced for this team as long as he has, knowing what was at stake.
Company man.
He would have probably done that.
You're probably right. Yeah.
Any more about that?
Well, nothing else. I mean, listen, I don't think we can overstate how awesome the victory and the celebration was for Justin, how long he's been trying to win there. And also, I know that if you were paying attention to the interview, you heard him shout out to Miss Evelyn, who is she's part of the Brandt family, and she was celebrating her 100th birthday, which you may not have seen the video at the party, but they were watching the race at Evelyn's 100th birthday party.
Wow.
And it was bonkers. And then when he called her name out in his post-race interview, she was like, they're talking about me. and it was just this amazing moment at this birthday party, which had like 700 people. Yeah. So the Brandt family is obviously important to us. They've been a partner, and they're damn near family. So that was really special with that.
Yeah, I will say Rick Brandt, who he's on Justin's car. He's not on Justin's car every week, but he doesn't care what's on that car when it wins that race. He's as happy as if it was corn numbers. He doesn't care. He's
corn numbers.
Yeah, he loves Justin, he loves junior motorsports. He loves when that car wins races, no matter what's on the side of it.